All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gunfish TV. I want to thank you for tuning in to my channel today. I appreciate it very much. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Check out some of my other videos. I got all kinds of good stuff I think you'll enjoy. So go ahead and hit that thing for me. I appreciate it. But today I'm out here on Airfield Lake. Airfield Lake is a trolling motor only lake. You can see it back here behind me. And I put my Ranger in today. It's not too hard to load and unload it here. Got a pretty nice dock, but I haven't been here since last year. And I usually only fish here in the winter when it's extremely cold, because that's usually when I catch them the best. But this place is really, really tough, but it's literally only like one of the only places within an hour of me that isn't just like chocolate milk, like coffee with creamer. We've had so much rain, everything's messed up. The river's blown out. You know, just all the lakes are super muddy. So this lake stays clear. So we're gonna go out here, we're gonna make some casts, probably gonna throw that red trap around, and gonna throw, let's see, what else? Probably maybe a red chatterbait, and gonna throw the jerkbait for sure. There's some bigs in here. Hopefully we get one today. Let's go ahead and see if we can catch one. All right, hop in the old Ranger. It's a pretty lake, and I cannot believe it, but the wind is not blowing. The wind always blows here. Maybe we'll catch some. All right, so the water temp is, it's gonna be cold. I can tell you that much. I'm actually thinking the water temp is gonna be in the high 30s. It's sitting on 38 right now. 38.5, but I sure hope it comes up from that. But the way I'm gonna fish here, I'm gonna start off throwing the big trap around. So basically, I'm gonna start off throwing around this big 3/4 ounce red eye shad right here. This is what I catch a lot of fish on here. I'm throwing that on 15-pound Balzac's iguana. And I like to throw it on 15-pound test and not a smaller line. I don't like throwing, you know, a trap on light line at all. 15 is a minimum, but this place is really, really stumpy and you get hung a lot. So we're gonna throw this bad boy around and hopefully get into a big one. Fishing might be a little bit tough. I only got like 3.5 hours, but this is a really good way to catch a big one in here. I've done it several times. So we're gonna get right and fire off this first cast. And the good thing about this is you can launch it a mile, so you can cover a lot of water. But this place isn't very deep. It's only, you know, 5-6 foot average depth. But what I like to do is cast it out there, crank it, and then I like to rip it and then let it fall. And most of the time they hit it on that fall. I'm throwing this on a 5/4-1 Abu Garcia Revo, and I'm just throwing on a 7-foot Lew's Xfinity medium. So water's 39.4, so it's coming up a little bit. And I forgot to mention it was 28 degrees right now. 28-degree air temp. Throw that jerk bait. Let's see. And this is a Strike King Pro Model KVD that I've kind of customized a little bit, kind of turned it into like a perch color. Took a permanent marker and put some markings on it, but we're gonna throw this bad boy and see if we can catch one. Might put the X-Wrap on there, you know, after a while if this don't work. Water is now 40.9, so it is coming up a little bit. You know what, that's what I'm gonna do. Switch over to the good old X-Wrap. So I switched over to my favorite jerkbait, which is that crawl colored X-Wrap right there. That's my favorite. That's why I caught that 7.5 on that day in here. So maybe we can get us a big girl on this. Oh, got one. Doggone it, look at there. What do we got? A darn speckle. This lake has a lot of speckle in it. Or y'all call them crappie, but we call them speckle. But I just caught a darn fish. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. No zero today. God, look at all them fish right here under the boat. Look at that. Holy crap. All right. All right, see you later, buddy. Thanks for biting. Thank you for biting. All right. There's one, there's one. There's one. All right, thank you. Finally got a darn bass is up there on this point. I mean, he absolutely ate it. God, you talk about choking it. That dude choked it right there. I'm gonna get the pliers to get that out of him. Pretty little fish. Man, all right. Let's see, let's get the pliers. All right, we got it out of it. Thank you, buddy. We did not get skunked. Pretty fishy. He was on that point where I thought one would be. Get back in there. All right, good deal. He ain't no giant, but 947. 947. So, been fishing now for about an hour and 50 minutes. God. Been long enough. Maybe he's got a buddy up there. All right, so I'm gonna get right and pick up that blade bait here shortly and turn around and hook that thing around. Let's pick up the blade. Throw the old blade a little bit real quick. Good old blade bait. We're gonna take this thing and hook it kind of out here in the middle. This is where the channel runs through, and we're gonna fire that sucker out there and see if we can get one to bite it. Let it sink to the bottom and pick it up. Yo-yo it back to the boat. There's one. That's a good fish. Feels like a good fish. Yeah, old bass. On the silver buddy. Little guy. I thought he was bigger than that. Well, Silver Buddy got us one, or blade bait, whatever you want to call it, little guy. Thank you, bud. Get on back in there. All right, well, keep throwing this. There's one. Here's another one. Another little bass. Little guy on the blade bait. Get in here. It's a little bit better than the last one. Chill out. There we go, little guy. Hey, I'll catch them on this all day if they'll bite it. I can tell you, y'all know that. Thank you, bud. And I'm throwing this on 17-pound test Revington, like I told y'all before, but I don't throw a blade bait on a low pound test, on a light line. I throw it on a heavier line, you know, 15 at an absolute minimum. But I like to throw it on, you know, 15 to 17, somewhere in there. I usually don't go over 17, but I got 17 on here right now. That's what I've been throwing it on, because you can catch some great big fish on it. As y'all saw in my gar video, you know, giant fish. And then, you know, me and Lee, we caught those great big ones in that pond. Nothing giant, but some really nice fish. So there's potential. Oh, there's potential to catch a great big stick. A big old freaking log or hurdle or something. That's what I done got. But you can catch some big fish on this thing, so I don't use light line. Do not use it. You can use it if you want to, but I don't recommend it. And secondly, you get hung a lot with this thing because you're bouncing it off the bottom, so you want to be able to pull it off, you know, whatever you get hung on. There's one. That's a little bit better fish. Not a big one, but he ain't too bad. Yep, ain't too bad. Get in here. The old blade. That's a little bit better one. Not the giant we're looking for, but pretty fish. Kind of got that orange color to him. All right, thank you, bud. Thank you for biting. Maybe there's some more over there. He was right on the backside of this hump right here, out there in that deep water. It's a point that comes out right here, and he was on the backside of that point. So we get another one there. But it's almost like these fish are nipping at the feathered treble on the back, because I don't know if y'all have taken notice, but I'm catching them right like in the bottom lip on the back treble. So I don't know if they're just nipping at it, or if that's just the way, you know, I'm happen to be hooking them. I'm not real sure. Ooh, I think that might have been a bite right then. All right, so we got the good old blade bait back in our hands, and that's what we're gonna throw for the rest of the day. We got about an hour left to fish, a little bit under an hour. So we're gonna sit there and we're gonna cast this thing and yo-yo it back to the boat. And we can only hope that we bring it in front of a great big one. Jig didn't work, jerkbait didn't work. So we're gonna keep throwing this. There he is. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, this is a big one. This feels like a, oh yeah, this is a good one. This is a doggone big one right here. How big is it? Oh God, it is a good one. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, don't get in my trolling motor. Don't, oh yeah, here we go. That is a nice fish. About a 4-pounder, maybe. Oh, a very, very back hook. Oh God, he just come off. That was a freaking 4-pounder. I know y'all saw him. I could have got the net. I could have got the net and got him, but he had that very back hook in the bottom of his lip. Oh man. Well, that was fun, but that fish might have been 4.5. That's why I need to get the net out. I'm up here messing around. I'm not that mad about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. A little upset because I should have had my net out, but definitely could have had that fish. I was about to boat flip him, but then I was like, man, that darn hook might not hold him. Damn. Well, that was my fault. That was my fault. That was a nice one. That was my first cast back up here with the darn blade bait. But he hit it the same way all the other fish had it, like right in the bottom jaw, in the very tip of the lip. That was a really nice fish. The bad thing is we got a front coming in tonight or this afternoon, and it's gonna start raining. Y'all seen these clouds are in here now, but this afternoon is when the fish are gonna bite. This morning was not the time to be fishing, but it was the only time I could come, so take what I can get. But this afternoon, they're probably really gonna chew pretty good. But hopefully we catch us another one. That'd be pretty nice. I don't know if we are or not, but we are running low on time, that's for sure. We got about 15 minutes left. Is that a fish? Nope, I got a darn line or something. What the heck do I got? A freaking rod and reel. Well, y'all check that out. Ain't nothing nice, but it's a rod and reel, Berkeley Shock rod. Well, my daughter can use that. Now check that out. They got some serious braid on this thing. I mean, that braid is like freaking 200-pound test. Well, lightning shock. That's a fairly new rod too. It must have got hung or something and it pulled it out of the boat. I don't know what kind of reel that is. This ain't been in here all this long though. Let me get that line, get it up far as I can. Well, darn. What is that? That's an Abu Garcia Silver Max reel. That ain't even a bad reel. Shoot, I'll take that thing, clean that up. Probably about 60, 70, 80 bucks right there. At least. Hey, I'll take that. Good deal. I don't want to get this mud all in my boat everywhere, but shoot, wrap that up in a piece of, so I don't get mud all over my carpet. Well, I lost a 5-pounder, but caught a rod and reel. I ain't gonna complain about that too much. Got like 7 minutes left to fish. That would have been nice if I would have caught the 4-pounder, 4 or 5-pounder and caught a rod and reel. but that's all right. All right, well, that was fun. Wish I would have landed that big one, but it is what it is. Didn't do bad. Caught 4 bass and 1 speckle, so not bad. The old blade bait come to the rescue again. That thing works. It'll even catch you a rod and reel. All right, let's load this thing up. All right, well, I actually did better today than what I thought I was gonna do. I knew it was gonna be really hard to catch a fish. The water temps got up to 41 degrees, so they were extremely, extremely cold, but did catch some, and that blade bait came to the rescue again. That thing has been catching them for me, which, you know, this time of year, it is the time of year you catch them on it. That water gets in the low 40s, and those fish just really, really key in on that thing, and they think it's a dying shad fluttering down, and they just jump all over it. So, you know, really, really effective presentation for this time of the year. But lost that big one by the boat. It was kind of my mistake. I didn't have my net out. It was a really nice fish. It was between 4 and 5 pounds, but would have liked to got my hands on him, but you can't touch them all. It is what it is. But I did catch a rod and reel combo, as y'all saw. It's a Silver Max reel and a lightning rod. So about $100 combo. I'm gonna get that thing cleaned up. The reel might not be any good, I don't know, but it might be, we'll see. The rod's good for sure, so I'll keep it as a spare. But anyway, if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Gunfish TV.